All right. Welcome to my very first episode of this entrepreneurship podcast thing. I just want to talk about everything that it comes to, with being an entrepreneur. And I don't have anything written down. I don't have anything scripted. This is all from the top of my head, and just some struggles I want to talk about with, not really struggles, just like some real things that people should be aware about before they become an entrepreneur, before they dedicate their entire life to this, because this is not, there's no end goal in this. There's no, like, it's like fitness, every day you're gonna get better, every day you're gonna fail, every day you're gonna, you know progress or want to quit. It's a lot like gym. And when I mean entrepreneurship, of course I mean like business oriented, where you have a business where you want to create a problem solving business, that type of thing, or you just want to make money. I'll be talking about that type of stuff. You get me. So yeah, I guess where I really want to start with is just the real day-to-day life to an entrepreneur. So let's assume maybe you're in this position. You have a job, but you don't have school, and you're trying to get money and then build this business on the side. So that's your position. A day-to-day life to an entrepreneur who has that lifestyle, who has that day-to-day life, it's mainly just wake up. I assume you work out, and then you work on the business a bit, and then you go to work, and then after work you work on the business again, and then you sleep. Like, that's all a entrepreneur does. He just works on the business, and then he works on his like job. That's all an entrepreneur does. And I've definitely failed at that. I've definitely failed at working on my venture, is what I call it, and this venture is copywriting, or my clothing brand. And I've definitely failed at working at that. And that's what I might be talking about today. But what I want to warn you guys is the entrepreneurship thing, this journey, it gets very lonely. Not everyone is going to understand you. Not everyone is going to have the same problem as you. No one is going to fully understand why you feel this certain way. You're not even going to understand why you feel this certain way. And it's okay. You don't have to understand. I don't understand it fully. Like, there are times where I just feel lonely as fuck. But I have a girlfriend, I have friends, I have my family members. I have everyone. And I still feel lonely. And that's not any sort of depression. That's not any sort of like anxiety. I don't have any of that. But you do feel lonely. And it's because, what I assume is because you're living a new life. How you used to do it is you used to, after school, come home, play games, eat food, maybe do your homework if you did that, and then go to sleep. From going to that, to waking up, going to school, and if you're a teenager, going to work, and then going to sleep, is completely different. Like, let's say you do have school. It's go to school, go to work, and then with how many hours you have left, you work on the business. And you don't really have that much time for anyone else. You don't really have that much time for yourself even. When I was in school, I used to balance school, work, gym, and my business. and my YouTube channel. So doing those 5 things was hectic. I used to not have time for myself. I barely had time to even come home and eat. I barely had time. And when I had time, I would just spend that time with my girlfriend. And besides that, I would just work on the business relentlessly. Like, there was times when I went to school and didn't come home at all. I didn't come home until it was like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. I used to come home very late because I went to school and then straight to work. And then during those period, I felt lonely. Like, I felt even more lonely when I started my business because I used to just have school, homework, and gym, and then my YouTube channel. But when I introduced the business into my life, I had all of that and I felt lonely. Maybe it's because it's a massive shift from how you were, you know, from your lifestyle before to shifting to having a business. Because you gotta remember, when you decide to start a business, your mindset is gonna change. Your mindset is gonna change from not worrying about everything to worrying about everything. You worry a lot about everything. And maybe that's why shit gets lonely. Because you worry about your business, you worry about your health, you worry about school, work, you know, how many hours you have left. You worry about a lot of those things, and yeah, I guess that's why you get lonely. But if you still feel lonely after having that in mind, it's fine. You know, you'll still pull through. You know, I never got depressed during those times. I never got sad during those times. I only felt lonely. And feeling that didn't bother me at all. If it bothers you, seek help. You know, if it bothers you that much, talk to someone. But you gotta remember, this isn't for everyone. If you feel bothered by that, I'm sorry, maybe it's not for you. Because there's so many people that feel lonely. There's so many people that feel lonely from this. And they're still going. I felt lonely. It's just part of the game. I still kept going. I grew my business. You know, I still pumped out hoodies. I still pumped out shirts. I did all of that while feeling lonely. And no, it's not all the time. It's not every day you wake up and you feel lonely. There will be times when you're thinking about everything, when you're alone with your thoughts, no music, no videos, no one around you. You're just thinking. You will feel lonely. But don't let that stop you from achieving your goals. Don't let that stop you from continuing your business. Don't let that stop you from, you know, really pursuing anything. Don't let that stop you. Just keep going. If you feel lonely, fine. Deal with it. Keep going. Alright? If you're really taking this business seriously, if you're really taking this lifestyle seriously, and you just work on it, and you just work on everything, you will see success. And after that success, you don't have to worry about anything. Nothing. If you feel lonely, I'm going to say this one more time. If you feel lonely during this journey, it's either not for you or you just keep on going. Alright, now I'm going to talk about when you feel demotivated on work and you don't know how to get back, or you don't know if you should go back. I don't know. Let me just tell you a story of myself. So I am doing copywriting, right? I'm trying to get good at it. I'm trying to better the craft however I can, and I'm trying to get clients. So about a few weeks ago, I was on it. I was watching copywriting videos. I was talking to other copywriters. I was making friends. I have a Discord server where there are copywriters in it, and I just consumed a lot about copywriting. And somehow, sometime, just like I woke up and I just didn't feel like anything. Maybe it was burnout. Maybe I don't know. I just stopped. I didn't work on copywriting. I didn't talk to my copywriting friends. I didn't study copy, even though I said I was going to do it. I didn't do anything, and instead of that, I played video games. I went back to my old bad habits, and I told myself I would stop doing that. Did I feel guilty doing that? Yes. Did I like doing it? Yes. Did I want to continue doing it? Yes. So, knowing that, all right, after a week, maybe, a week of just work, constantly just working on copywriting, getting clients, talking to so many people. After that, I just woke up and just did nothing. And now today is, I guess, when I am finally back on that horse. I guess I have motivation again. But what you need to know is when you feel like that, you should not feel bad. It's natural. We all fall back into bad habits. My bad habit was watching videos for so many hours. Constantly scrolling on TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, whatever it is, because that gave me the most dopamine. My bad habit was staying up very late, just scrolling on TikTok or watching videos. My bad habit was not doing my actual work. And I felt guilty doing that. And I just continued doing it. And the way that you get back into it is not instantly just work, because your brain is not there. You can't go in the deep end that fast. You need to take your time. Slowly but surely, just get back into it. Get back into the good habits. Start doing some push-ups. Read a page, Take it slow. Because once you've fallen off, you can't go back into it and then expecting everything to work out. No. Slowly, just get back into it. Don't promise anything to yourself. Don't tell yourself anything. Don't tell yourself, I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna stop watching videos. Don't tell yourself that. Just do what you have to do. You have to read a book. Read a book. Don't think about it. Just read it, learn from it, and then take action from what you just learned. For copywriter's example, you gotta write a copy, do it. You gotta find a client, do it. Slowly get back into it. And once you're into it, once you're back at that motion, once you're back on that road, go hard. Find clients. Find 5 clients. Really go hard and really just do your thing. Get back into that work. And that is how you just really just get back into that motivation, I guess. If you feel that tiny sense of motivation, slowly take action, one by one. For me, this is taking it slow. I am talking on a microphone, and maybe I'm gonna post this on as a podcast. This is me taking it slow. I found 3 clients today. That's me taking it slow. Once you can do that, once you know that, once you know what you have to do, it's easy to get back onto it slowly. And once you get back into it slowly, you're going to stop doing the bad habits. What really helps me is just keeping everything, every time I do a bad habit, what helps me is I'm not going to lie, it is my background. It is my wallpaper. I'm not saying have a corny motivational quote as your background. Have a vision board on your background. Have something to remind you what your goal in life is. And I think I'm gonna have my vision board as the podcast logo. Just to show you guys what mine is. And with that in mind, when you have that and you stare at it every day, although you're going to feel guilty doing the bad habit, you're going to know it's going to be easy to get back into the grind slowly, if that made sense. But yeah, that's all I really have to talk about. There's 19 minutes. But yeah, this life, it gets lonely. No one tells you that in order for you to be successful, you're going to have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You're going to have to get used to being lonely. Because there's not that many people that you can go to talk about these things. You can't go to your friends and say you have this problem because they're not going to understand it. Unless you have a business partner or unless you have a friend that is into business. There's not that many people that you can go to talk about this kind of thing. And that's fine. You're going to find those people. You are going to find those people. And I'm not trying to plug my thing or anything, but I have a Discord server where it acts like a networking system. Every time I can, I'm going to set up a call on the Discord server and everyone hops on the call. We just talk about what we did, what our plans are and stuff like that. We set up calls every now and then. But yeah, the server helps a lot because I've met a lot of great people over there and I've gotten to know almost everyone. And yeah, it's nice knowing that there's more people out there like me who have the same vision, who are in that journey, I guess you could say. So yeah, I don't really have anything more to say other than the realistic lifestyle, the realistic day-to-day life, the mindset. You're gonna be lonely, but that's okay. You're gonna have a lot of sleepless nights, and that's okay. There's gonna be times where you're gonna want to quit, where you're gonna want to not work on the business or whatever, and that's okay. The only thing you need to do really is to take action and not worry too much about how you're feeling when it comes to this journey. And that's not toxic masculinity, it's just facts. Your actions, it's corny, but it speaks louder. So I'm gonna end this podcast, this episode. Yeah, I don't know when the next one is.